South Carolina Senator Darline Graham defeated Congressman Ralph Norman in the Republican runoff for late Lindsey Graham's Senate seat. That happened yesterday. The victory sets up a contest between Darline Graham and her Democratic rival, Annie Andrews. CBS News chief Washington analyst Robert Costa joins me now. So, Robert, this is an example, as I said in the cold open, power of the president's endorsement, but also why Ralph Norman? Well, because he endorsed Nikki Haley, the only member of the South Carolina Republican delegation to do so in 2024. President Trump never forgets things like that.
I remember it well, Major. In 2023, I was at Nikki Haley's presidential announcement in Charleston, South Carolina, at this kind of shed in Charleston. And Ralph Norman was there, and he was enthusiastic as you could be about Nikki Haley. Understandably, a congressman from South Carolina endorsing a South Carolina presidential candidate, not that surprising. But he went out on a limb, in a sense, politically. He could have just stayed back, and he thought Haley was the direction he wanted to go. What's interesting about Norman is that he endorsed Haley not because she embodies the traditional Republican values he wants to see the Republican Party have. She's a South Carolina Republican. He was supportive of a South Carolina Republican. He's been very much in line with the Trump agenda.
Very much so. Very much so. But that was not enough to even get a co-endorsement in this race. Once the White House decided that Darline Graham was going to be their candidate of choice in this race, tele-rally, and then at the last minute, about just under $1 million in super PAC money for get out the vote, texts, phone calls, and the like. And
the dynamics here are complicated and personal and not just political. You had in Senator Graham someone whose death at age 71 stunned Washington. He wasn't sick for a long time. This came out of the blue. He hadn't been suffering from any health problems that were evident to the public or to reporters. And then you had his relationship with President Trump. He was not just a senator. He was not just an ally. He was a phone confidant, a golf partner. This was the real friend, if any, inside the Senate GOP.
To that point, Robert, let's play a soundbite from Darline in her victory remarks last night to that very point.
Mr. President, Lindsey truly loved you and viewed you as one of his closest friends. I appreciate that bond and appreciate all that you've done for our country. Our victory would not have been possible without you, and we are truly grateful.
What's interesting about this dynamic of the victory for Darline Graham is there were external and internal polls that showed Norman ahead a week ago.
But President Trump, he leaned in, she won.
There you go.
And it's the summer. It's a special primary runoff in the late summer. I mean, you walk around Washington, you walk around South Carolina, people would rather be at the beach in South Carolina than remembering to vote in the runoff.
Exactly. Robert Costa, thank you very much.
Thank you.